Assalamu alaikum. Arfu, do you have a question? You're raising your hand. No, just making sure. Good evening, everybody. My name is Basir Khazi. I'm part of the Elite 96 batch. Please, guys, round of applause. So I have a daunting task. I have to introduce Dr. Taruj Ali. The problem is I read his CV, and he's a sleep specialist. It's so long, I was falling asleep. So, mashallah, he's the heart and soul of DAANA. He doesn't need any introduction. But for those who don't know him so well, he resides in Richmond, Virginia. He is a practicing palm critical care sleep specialist. He's the medical director of the ICU and Henrico Doctors Hospital, medical director of PAR Sleep Disorders. Again, mashallah, the CV keeps going. But without further ado, Dr. Taruj Ali.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. Thank you, Raza Bhai. Thank you, Basir. Thank you, everyone. I'm really humbled to be standing here in front of you all. Mashallah, great to see this gathering and all the special guests that we have, including our teachers, the members of Oasis family, and we have a few more dignitaries who are not here yet. Good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, namaste. My job today is to do, sure, thank you. You know, like some of you mentioned, I could go on and on about DAANA. You know, this has been a project that has come together in the past couple of years and is very dear to my heart. But I want to stay true to my task and just talk about what has been assigned to me. So if you could put on the first slide, there are a lot of awesome presenters today who are going to be talking more about the project that we have undertaken. And you know, by no means do I intend to take credit for any of that. Credit goes to all those people who have taken up each project, owned that project, and taken it to completion. So this is a joint effort. You know, I happen to be one of the faces of DAANA, but whatever you see today is a joint effort and a team effort. My job today is to just present the financials. I'd like to acknowledge our treasurer for the past 2 years from 2016, Dr. Iqbal Kapadia. Big round of applause for Dr. Kapadia, please. I was given the responsibility to present our financials, but I want to acknowledge that Dr. Kapadia is actually our treasurer. So I'd like to follow this outline. I'm going to move over here so I can see the slides. Briefly, I'd like to start by describing what a fiscal year looks like for us. I'd like to quickly go over our bank accounts, describe our financial officers, briefly go over our accounting and legal counsels, our taxes, and then go over our activities and initiatives very briefly. They're going to be discussed in more detail later as the evening progresses. And then a brief income and expense reports. I'm not going to go through spreadsheets. That'll put you to sleep. I'm going to try to keep it very simple, and hopefully everyone can understand and get a perspective of how quickly, mashallah, we have put this together and how quickly DAANA has expanded. And then very briefly, I'd like to talk about our future moving forward. Next slide. So briefly, we have 2 primary bank accounts. Our bank is Bank of America, and we have 3 authorized users for this bank account. We wanted to make sure that, you know, this is not a one-man show. We always want to have more than one person in charge. The president, the secretary, and the treasurer, which would be right now Raza Bhai, myself, and Iqbal Bhai, have complete access to all these 3 accounts. They can write checks, they can use the debit cards, they can access online banking, and at any given time they can look at what's going on. In addition to that, we have a PayPal account, which we use for all our collections. You know, all the expenses of this reunion were done through the PayPal account. And again, this is integrated with our website. Again, we have 2 authorized users, myself and Dr. Kapadia. We have access to all the features of this account. And it's linked to our secure website, daanadcms.com. Next slide, please. Quickly going over the accounting, we're a registered 501c3 organization registered in Virginia. Our tax accountant is Ms. Vishali Kashiraju. She's based in Richmond, Virginia. We have 2 attorneys. Our main attorney who did all the legal paperwork to get us started in the state of Virginia was Mr. Eric Perkins. And then we also have an attorney in LA who helped us with some of the MOUs with other organizations and some of the charitable work that we've done. And that is Ms. Amina Mirza, who's actually an acquaintance of Khutub Khan, who's one of our BOD members. Next slide, please. So the DAANA fiscal year ends in September. Our first financial report was officially reported in September 2017. Our next annual report, our official report with all the details, all the spreadsheets and all, will be in September of this year. So for this report, just for this meeting, I used July 15th as the cutoff date because I had to get my presentation ready. So some of it is not up to date. But the annual financial report will be ready in September, and that'll be after we close the books on all reunion-related expenses. This was a huge undertaking, and we want to make sure we get all of that taken care of properly. Perhaps in the future, we would like to coincide our fiscal year with the calendar, so it's simpler for everyone. Going over it briefly, our opening balance in September of 2017 was $17,897. And mashallah, the closing balance as of 7/15/18 was $213,008.98. So what are our sources of income? 100% donations. This organization is run by all of you. Everyone in this room, everyone in the other hall, you are the force behind this organization. 93 to 95% of our donations come from DCMS alumni, about 5 to 7% from outside donors. One of the things that we are extremely proud of as an organization is how we have kept our administrative costs at a bare minimum. And when I say bare minimum, I mean literally zero. Because all our admin costs currently are borne by the BOD members. You know, we chip in to cover the administrative costs that we have, and we are a 100% volunteer-driven organization. We have no salaried employees as of yet, which will probably change, but as of now, we have none. So to date, the administrative costs that have been borne by the BOD are website-related expenses, e-commerce portals, attorney fee, accountant fee, liability insurance, travel expenses, stationery, postage, etc. And the most important commodity is the time commitment. Like I said, it's a 100% volunteer organization, so all the time that is put by the BOD and all the committee members, you know, not just the BOD members, but all the different committees, that time is really invaluable because that is time that they put in towards the organization, and that is time away from their spouses, from their kids, from their families and other responsibilities. So a shout out to the spouses and family members of all the BOD members and all the people who are serving on various committees and various initiatives. So what are our activities and what are our major expenses? So one of the biggest projects that we recently undertook, and you're going to hear a lot about this because this project was one of our marquee projects, and there's a lot of individuals who are in this room who are actually responsible for this. But I'm just going to briefly go over what it involved. This was the Rohingya refugee relief in Bangladesh. We took part in some food drives, not only in Bangladesh, but back in India. And then we were involved in Hurricane Harvey relief in Texas. Our sister organization, which also you're going to hear about later, Deccan Alumni Association, in partnership with them, we have projects in Hyderabad, including Darus Sufa Home for the Aged, Swam Krushi Home for the Intellectually Disabled, DCM's Parents Home Visit Program. And you're going to hear more about that program. I don't want to spend time going over it because it's going to be discussed in detail. The first annual DCMS Research Day, again, you're going to hear more about it. scholarship programs for deserving medical students, and an ACLS training course, which is an ongoing project. Besides this, DAANA Grant, which is a scholarship grant for students who are in the US and in search of residency. And another big expense was related to the reunion, and again, you'll hear about the financials after the event, and then a few miscellaneous items. So coming to the income and expense report for our biggest project, which is the Humanitarian Medical Relief Project, the Rohingya campaign between October 2017, when it was launched, and July of 2018, so less than a year, alhamdulillah, and thanks to the Almighty, we were able to raise a total of $366,467. A big round of applause, please, for all those donors who have donated to this cause. Our total expenses to date were about $274,473.49. If you look on that pie chart, which I need to thank my daughter for helping me with, Amal. She helped me with those charts, and as you can see, the biggest contributions went to our sister foundation, One Ummah. Again, you'll hear more about that, and Hope Foundation. And more recently, we have partnered with another organization called OBAT, and you will hear more about that during our next presentations. So we have some outstanding payments, which are pledges we've already made to some organizations, amounting to about $17,000. So our current balance is $74,993.74. Here I'd like to mention that yesterday when I came here, for the event, one of our DCMS alumni approached me and anonymously wrote DAANA a check for $25,000 for this cause. And that generous donor remains anonymous because this is what was requested. But because we have such a big gathering, I would request each and every one of you to pray to the Almighty for this person and his family, and may the Almighty bless them. Next slide. So in order to understand the next part of our expense report, I'd like to explain in brief what our partnership with DAA, which is our sister organization in Hyderabad, is, the Deccan Alumni Association. So we have signed a memorandum of understanding with the DAA. Our goal is to create a seamless, legal, and transparent money transfer process so that donations from DAANA can go tax-free to our sister association, DAA. DAA has been approved for tax-exempt status in India. They have a bank account at ICICI, and you're going to hear more about DAA in the next talks. The big thing that we need to work on is an FCRA application that is currently pending, which basically allows DAANA or other organizations to donate to DAA in a legal and transparent manner through bank accounts, and that also enables them to have the tax exemption that they need. Once the FCRA is approved, then tax-deductible donations from DAANA will be able to be transferred to DAA account. The application for FCRA has started, and we'll hopefully complete it soon after this event. So with that perspective, as you see, the numbers here for DAA funds right now are not that big, but that is mostly because we don't have a legal framework for transferring money from DAANA to DAA in a transparent manner and with all the tax exemptions. So a lot of donors have privately donated to some of the initiatives that DAA has undertaken, and we actually don't have a number for that because none of that went through DAANA books as such, but I know the number is substantial. Through DAA, we collected some funds, and the total amount is about $11,850 as of July. And the breakdown is in front of you. The Zakat Fund was about 8,900. The Parents Visit Program, about 1,050. Other general initiatives, 500. Home for the Aged, about 400. And Hyderabad Food Drive, 1,000. Now, I expect these numbers to go up substantially once the FCRA approval comes through, because being from Hyderabad, being from DCMS, the causes in Hyderabad are really close to our heart, and I know that a lot of you would like to contribute to these causes. And I'll let the friends from DAA speak more about it. Another major aspect of our organization is the DAANA Grant. This is a scholarship grant for DCMS alumni who are in pursuit of residency, and it was initiated by one generous donation by a DAANA donor. The initial money was 11,000. Grants given are about 4,200, and the balance is about 6,800. Next slide. The reunion-related collections, this is incomplete because, again, I had to close the books on 7/15 for this presentation. We had collected about 76,000 in registration dues, about 10,000 in sponsorship money. Tomorrow's cruise, about 13,000. And then the event we had yesterday, about 23,000. And then we have a magazine coming out that collected about 5,250. These, again, will be updated once the reunion is done, and we have our financial report officially in September. Next slide. What the future looks like. We want to continue and expand our humanitarian efforts. I'll let Sajid, Aslam, and others talk about that. Expand our activities in Hyderabad. You will hear about our partnership with DAA. We want to seek like-minded partners and partnerships with larger organizations like Usmania Gandhi Kakatiya, Telangana Medical Association, and API, etc., and develop liaisons in UK, Australia, and Middle East. And I believe this is my last slide, and I want to reiterate some of these points. DAANA is here because of you. None of this could be done without participation from each and every one of you. So when you show up here, when you make a donation, however small that is, if you take part in a committee, you are part of the success. We are here to serve you. I can speak for myself and all the other people on the BOD. We don't intend to be here forever. We're here to help you out. And if someone wants to take my shoes or anyone else's shoes, we'll be happy to do that. We just need the right person and the right time, and we want to make sure that this organization goes on. We are not perfect. We try to do our best. And I repeat, we are not perfect, and we will make mistakes. And we want you to point out those mistakes. We are open to constructive criticism. We are open to new ideas. We encourage new blood. We encourage everyone to apply to committees and board of directors and other positions. You can always reach us through our email, call, text, WhatsApp, Facebook. When in doubt, ask a BOD. When you are unhappy with something, tell us. Thank you very much.